Konbanwa, watashi no namae wa Shinigami Rika Takanashi here, and I am doing a new game actually. This is Everlasting Summer. Waha. So yeah, let's go. I was having that dream once again. That dream. Same thing every night. But it's all forgotten in the morning as usual. Maybe it's for the best. Only a glimpse of memory will remain, of gates half open, as if inviting me somewhere, with two frozen stone pioneers standing close by. And also, that strange girl, who keeps asking me. Will you come with me? Come. But where? And why? And where am I anyway? Of course, if it all happened in real life, I would have certainly been scared. What what else would one expect to feel? But this is just a dream. Same one I see every night. There must be a reason. You don't have to know where or why to realize something is really happening. Something desperately seeking my attention. Since everything that surrounds me here is real. As real as things in my own flat, I could open the gates, hear the hinges creak, brush the crumbling rust away with my hand, inhale the fresh cold air and shiver from the cold. I could, but to do that, I would need to pick myself up, take a step, move my hand. But this is a dream. I understand that, but what of it? What does my understanding change? Because here, it's just like on the other side of the cracked screen of an old TV, which struggles to fight against static noise and strives to show its audience everything without missing a single detail. But the picture is getting blurry. I must be waking up soon. Maybe I should ask her something. The girl. What's her name? About the stars, for instance. Why the stars, though? I'd rather ask about the gates. Yes, the gates. She would be so surprised. Or better, why the dot over an I was called a tittle. Tittle. But the dot over J was called a superscript dot. Nice letters. As if they don't exist anymore. Still, what do letters, gates, and stars have to do with this place? Because even if I'm having this dream every night, which will be forgotten soon anyway, I've got to look for some answers here and now. And there, if you look carefully, you can see the Magellanic Clouds, as if I ended up in the southern hemisphere. In a dream, there are the small things that catch your attention, and the natural color of grass, impossible curves of straight lines, or your own distorted reflection, while the real danger, which could put an end to everything right here now, seems trivial. It's natural, since here you cannot die. I know it's for sure, I've done it 100 of times. But if you cannot die, is there a point in living? I should ask the girl. She's a local. She should know. Yes, exactly. I should ask her about the owl, for example. One strange bird it is. Though, it doesn't matter. Will you come with me? And every time I have to answer, it's the only way, otherwise the dream will never end, and I will never wake up. Okay, we get to choose. Yes, I will come with you. Every time it's so hard to decide on the answer. Where am I? What am I doing here? Who is she? And why does that so much of my life depend on this answer? Or maybe it doesn't. It's just a dream after all. Just a dream. computer screen stared at me as if I was alive, as if it was alive. What the hell is that on the screen? It's Wikipedia of something. Sometimes it really did seem to me that it was conscious of itself, had its own thoughts and wishes, ambitions, that it had feelings for love and suffering. As if in our relationship the screen wasn't an instrument. It was me who was a lifeless piece of plastic and textile. There is some truth in that, probably because the computer provides 90% of my communication with the outside world. Anonymous image boards, some chats from time to time, rarely ICQ or Jabber, and forums even more rarely. People on the other end of the internet cable simply do not exist. All of them are simply creations of its sick imagination, an error in the source of a kernel bug which started living life on its own. Nice house. Lol. If one looked at my existence from the outside, such thoughts would seem crazy, and a psychologist would surely give me a bunch of sophisticated diagnosis and maybe write me a doctor's referral to a loony bin. Well, that would suck. Look at the ambient light shining through the windows. A small apartment with no signs of repair or any semblance of order in it, and always the same view out of the window on the gray megalopolis running somewhere day and night. Such are the conditions of my life. Well, of course it didn't all start like this. I was born, went to school, finished it, like all the others. I was accepted at a university where I spent a year and a half training behind and struggling. I drifted through several jobs. Sometimes it was working out quite well. Sometimes I was even getting decent money for it. But it all felt like it was not mine, as if taken from another man's biography. I wasn't living life to its fullest. It was looping over and over in mono, monotonous circles. Like in the movie Groundhog Day, really? Groundhog Day? It's just that I had no choice in how to spend my day, and every day repeated itself, the same vicious spiral. Spiral of emptiness, misery, and despair. For the last few years, I just sat in front of my screen all day. Sometimes they were menial jobs, sometimes my parents helped me. All in all, I was able to provide for myself. No wonder, really, since my needs were quite minor. I hardly ever leave my home, and my communication with other people almost exclusively consists of online correspondence with the anonymous who have no real name, no gender, no age. So, in brief, a quite typical life of a quite typical antisocial person of his time. Kind of Donnie Darko on a minor scale, without doomsday related visions. Maybe some highly respected author will write a novel about me and it will become a contemporary classic of modern literature. Write one myself. However, what's the point of fooling myself? I tried so many times but couldn't even come up with a single short story. I tried to learn many other things as well. Not gifted enough to draw, programming, got bored. Foreign languages takes too much time. The only thing I loved doing was reading, but still, never would have called myself a scholar. Perhaps I was an ace at watching anime and a grandmaster of lame internet jokes. If I were to get paid for it, I'd probably be a happier person, and a richer person too, but I doubt it would fill the hole inside of me. With that, I leave you guys at the 10-minute mark. See you in the next